Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back with another video. Obviously part 2 of my plans for supporting Native Americans and Native networks and things like that. So if you haven't checked out part 1 already, please do so. I hope I'll have lots of viewers from Native American communities around the Americas, all over the Americas, and also people, indigenous people from what I call the four, Africa, Australasia, the Americas, and Asia as well, and also like Italian football fans and Celtic. Hopefully, if I get as many people from those backgrounds as possible to support my channel, I'll be able to help their project as well. Anywho, as I said before, it's in our previous videos, July, August, and September. I'm hoping to do as much work as I can or as many videos as I can, things like that, and I talk about as many ideas as I can to empower financially and economically in all the possible ways Indigenous or Native Americans, Native people of the Americas. So as I talked about in the previous video, hopefully this includes creating a network between them. Anywho, so hope you enjoy this video. So and hopefully I can come up with some new ideas as well, not be too repetitive, but I'll say hopefully Native Americans will find these videos and find them interesting and helpful. And I'd love to hear from Native Americans. If any Native Americans want to share links to their channels or the work they do, whether it's art or writing or whatever, and some of their opinions, and just generally hear from them about some of the things about their culture, so I can learn about them. I'm not really a huge fan of culture, but it would be interesting to hear their voices at least and find out a bit about them and help them share their story with the world. So anywho, hopefully you'll enjoy this video. So continue on my list from part 1 of this video. Number 11, I'd love to support all sorts of Native Americans' works and networks, and look at how they can change what they would like to change about the world. And I'd love to see like an Indigenous or Native American leader, like Prime Minister or President or whatnot. Can't quite imagine it, but it would be great, I think, to see the American president being a Native American one day. That would be amazing. But yeah, I'd love to hear from the voices of Native Americans, and so I hope to have projects about hearing the voices of Native Americans and things like that. Number 12, I hope to support people mentoring and teaching Native Americans, including writing, and for Native Americans to learn about dyslexia perhaps as well. And it would be interesting to find out if there are any Native Americans with dyslexia as well, and that sort of thing. But I hope they'll be encouraged to promote, to talk about their way of life, and again to talk about their culture and history and facts about themselves, and all sorts of things like that, and encourage them to write their own biographies and history from a Native American point of view, and things like that. I was even thinking, for instance, of Western films or whatever, where they talk about cowboys and Indians being written by Native Americans, where they can give their side of the story and have their own version of history and all, and what happened in those events, or their own side of the story, their own side of history, and views of history and that sort of thing. And as I say, maybe make it so that the Indians or Native Americans actually win wars, or talk about how they were oppressed and things like that. Number 13, I hope to address some of the challenges facing Native American communities, and what terms they find most derogatory and things like that. Number 14, I hope to look at how we can help more Native Americans to become writers and problem solvers, and to be empowered through education and things like that. Number 15, again, hope to have more Native Americans to have aspirations to become writers and poets, and to encourage each other and to teach each other and things like that, and to raise the profile of their works and projects and things like that. Number 16, hope to look at the best possible ways to support Native Americans and help them to network together, and who will support them, who would support them, like how Aborigines or Maoris and people like that can learn from Native Americans and vice versa, and how they can network together, and also others who can help them, like legally, to challenge people who pollute the environment or things like that. So I'd love to see Indigenous / Native ministers across the Americas as well, and having political representation and voices at international bodies, possibly even like the UN, and where they can promote peace instead of war, and environmentalism, animal welfare, and things like stuff I've heard about Native Americans is that they love to look after nature and animals and things like that. They only hunt what they need and not. I know people have different opinions, but apparently they never like to hunt more than they need or pollute the environment or things like that. Number 17, this would be quite a difficult one, but just as I talked about with Asia, I love to encourage improve relations between Italians and Native Americans, like through playing football, or as Americans would call it, soccer, specifically. So as well as seeing Native American representation in sport in America, to see Italians and Native Americans practicing soccer together, this will be quite difficult, I know, because I know there are many Native Americans who want to destroy or get rid of Christopher Columbus statue, as far as I'm aware, and things like that. So, or have been trying to do for a while, and possibly even have done so. But so I know the relations are a bit strained. But I hope for like playing football together again, soccer. Hopefully those relations can be improved. And I'm a bit biased in favour of town football as well. So hopefully it'll benefit both. Hopefully it'll benefit town football, soccer, whatever you call it, and Native Americans will be benefited in other ways. Well, both groups would hopefully have fun. So and I had some very quirky ideas. That's a quirky one even by my standard. Number 18, I hope to talk about positive things we can learn from Native American communities about culture, about protecting the environment, looking after animals, looking after each other, and some of their wisdom about making the world a better place and things like that. 19, I hope to learn about Native American writing symbols and history, and Native American languages from history, and look at all possible ways to empower Native Americans. And number 20, again, if you are a Native American, I'd love to hear from you what your thoughts are, or what sort of things you would like me to cover, especially, and what do you think about me covering, trying to learn things and come up with ideas to empower Native Americans. I know I don't know a huge amount about the cultural history or anything like that, but hopefully I'll learn a lot, and also share ideas which hopefully will benefit a lot of people. And also like older Native Americans teaching younger people, and hopefully Native American businesses will be empowered and things like that. So as I said before, hopefully Native American communities, and across the Americas, not just America itself, as I say, all over the Americas, like Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay, Mexico, Canada, and the rest of the Americas, all of the Americas really, would be tax havens. So people will be able, as well as those groups being tax exempt, maybe even investors could put money into them so that they could be empowered financially, and hopefully they'll use that money for good causes, for helping their own people and tackling poverty. And from what I've heard of Native Americans, I'm sure they would help other people. But all comments welcome, and hopefully people will keep them polite. But if there are any comments that are not polite, it is freedom of speech day. I will not necessarily agree with all the comments that are posted, if I ever get comments. So if there are any nasty or negative comments, it is freedom of speech. It doesn't mean I agree with them, of course. But I won't be blocking any comments. Some other people might, or YouTube might, but I won't block any myself. But I hope to hear from all sorts, all different opinions, even perhaps ones that are not very nice. But I mainly hope to hear from Native Americans. But everyone's welcome to chime in or say what they think. So I know a few people have said that there were so many groups in the Americas, Native Americans, who were not as peaceful. So again, I hope to hear from both sides of the story, hopefully without offending anyone. But I would love to empower people of colour, including Native Americans, because I think we should work together against white supremacy and that sort of thing. So anyway, I'm out.